brought up DeMarco Murray for the Dallas Cowboys, and then they also bring up Todd Gurley for the Falcons as well. Like just how both of those running backs were very overused and their career got cut short, more or less, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think CMC is going to fall in that same category? You know, five, 6 seasons in the NFL, washed up. See you later. He might jump on the Titans as like a backup.
Maybe, but not really. And here's why I say that. When you look at DeMarco Murray, they ran him into the ground that year,
Yeah,
and he was a between the he wasn't even really a between the tackles running back. He was a between the guards. He was a pounded on you. Todd Gurley was overused in LA. He was more of a between the tackles guy, but Christian McCaffrey is so much more versatile. They like to get him the ball in space. So the overusage just comes from, the more the ball's in your hands, the more likely you are to get hurt. But it wasn't a matter of like they're not putting him in these like, hey, we need you to go. It's first and goal from the one. We're gonna hand it to you 4 straight times. Like they're not doing that. So I don't think that he's gonna have that issue. The problem where his career is gonna get cut short is the ankles and injuries, the foot injuries, because he does a lot of cutting. The
right.
second he tears that ACL, that's when it's gonna be like, okay, now, or that Achilles, that's what's going to cut him short. But it won't be using it in the context that we're using DeMarco Murray and Todd Gurley, not so much. Now, if you said that about Derrick Henry, if you said that about um, Nick Chubb, even though they kind of run more stretch concepts, so it's really not even that with Nick Chubb. But if you said it like that, that would make more sense. Maybe
Right.
even Zeke. Maybe say it about Ezekiel Elliott. That's something that could be something down the line. I don't think Christian McCaffrey will find that same fate.
You know who? I mean, if we are comparing CMC to anybody in the league, kind of have to look at Alvin Kamara, just like a tad bit, because the Saints use Alvin Kamara much like the Panthers were using CMC. Now the Saints did have that deep threat in Michael Thomas, what he caught with 119 passes like that one particular season. So it kind of took the workload off of Alvin Kamara a tad bit. But this season, we are seeing that nagging knee injury catch up to Alvin Kamara. So let me ask you this question before I let you go here. Do we possibly see Alvin Kamara getting used and abused over the next couple of seasons like CMC, and we see him, kind of fade off into the sunset?
Absolutely. And the reason I say that is because it's funny when all of a sudden all the weapons go away. Now the running backs can't stay healthy. And you're talking about, my like there's no Michael Thomas, and there's no Drew Brees, and it's just like, it's really Alvin Kamara a bust out here, just like it's Christian McCaffrey a bust. Think about, they remind me of a much newer age and a much more versatile versions of your Jamal Charleses and your Chris Johnsons,
Yeah.
right? Super fast, super quick, twitchy. You can use them in the pass game and the run game. But the problem was, Chris Johnson in Tennessee, they had weapons, not crazy weapons, but they weren't the Saints wide receiving core. Same thing with Kansas City. So until I think they're better as pieces than as centerpieces. I think that your offense can't be revolving around them, or else you're just going to get them hurt because nobody's body is built for that. And now you're talking it's 17 games now instead of 16 games. Like nobody's body's built for that. And